children.
Harmonize?
Yeah?
We are the world. We are the children. The children. We are the ones who are gonna make our things so let's start giving. Every time we stand, we're saving our own lives. So let's make a better place for you. Better place.
What's going on, world? I am Winston A. Marshall, and this is Positive Black People News, the show that's changing the narrative. We've seen some pretty intense, stressful, and heartbreaking things this year, and Hurricane Harvey is no exception. With tens of thousands displaced from their homes, hundreds of thousands requesting aid from FEMA, and over 80% without flood insurance, the people of Houston are hurting. Amidst all of this chaos and heartache, it can be hard to see any positivity in this situation. Well, that's why we're here. You can get your stats and minute-to-minute updates from the major news networks. Here at PBPN, we want to highlight the positive side of this story, like the displays of bravery. For example, this Texas City resident with a boat was interviewed by CNN and simply said,
What are you gonna do?
I'll go try to save some lives.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Well, I think we're gonna work it out, though.
or Sheriff Deputy Rick Johnson, whose photo has gone viral after saving 2 children, their dog, and numerous household possessions. We want to display acts of human kindness from all colors, creeds, and backgrounds. Like Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt, who's raised millions of dollars in a matter of days for his city. Or Houston resident Ronnie Dean-Burren, who started #SupportBlackWomenHouston. Using PayPal and various social media outlets, she's raising money for people now. Fellow Houston resident Tiffany Jackson notes, "The Red Cross is great, but they're an hour away. They might start passing out water bottles over here in like 3 days. We're still underwater, the roads aren't clear, and you know they're gonna clean up our end of town after that end of town." And that's why Dean-Burren jumped into action. She said, "Because of the intersection at which we live as Black women, things are less accessible for us, and we can often be ignored. Right now, today, these donations are saving our lives. The direct donation is what we need. I don't have 5 days. I applied for FEMA, but it's pending. Well, my children's appetite is not pending. The girls needed pads yesterday. That's not pending." And most importantly, we want to display people turning lemons into lemonade. In times of great tragedy, laughter can be a cure-all that keeps you from completely falling apart. Like this dude dancing on Twitter like it's any other day. Or this guy lounging like it's a planned vacation. Or this woman that even in the greatest storm in Houston history will not allow it to stop her sleigh.
It's heartbreaking, but it's a good thing to see the community come
Okay, it's
together.
starting to rain on us. I'm not going to keep you. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, Antoinette Taylor, she is a resident. Guys, we're going to go this way. Here comes that other band of rain. We've been lucky because we get about 30,
Hurricane Harvey is indeed a tragedy, but we're the helping hands, the caring hearts, and the guiding light that will save our fellow man.
32-year-old Aaron Tucker was in prison doing time on a weapons possession charge when his girlfriend gave birth to their son. Tucker told CBS News, "When he was born, I got a phone call from the hospital. I heard my son crying in the background, and right then and there, I was like, I'm changing my life." A little less than 2 years after his come-to-Jesus moment, Aaron was released from prison and ended up saving the life of a complete stranger. Riding the bus on his way to a job interview, he witnessed a car slam into a tree. Aaron asked the bus driver if he was gonna help. The bus driver shut it down by responding, "No, but if you get out, I'm gonna leave." Damn, is it just me or are bus drivers getting more and more heartless? Aaron remained unbothered by the rude bus driver and decided to jump off the bus to help the 61-year-old victim. The man was eventually taken to a nearby hospital and made a full recovery. Now, I have several things to say about this. First of all, God bless Aaron for deciding to change his life while he was in jail once he heard his newborn son crying in the background. The first thing I think about when I hear a screaming child anywhere has nothing to do with turning my life around. It has to do with making sure I remembered to take my birth control pill and wondering if I should just abstain from sex completely until I reach menopause. Second of all, Aaron's commute to the restaurant, Dinosaur Barbecue, would have been at least an hour each way on the bus, and this is in Connecticut, where it's usually freezing. Can you imagine taking public transportation in the cold for 2 hours a day to get to your job? As a busboy, busboys are probably the most undervalued position in a restaurant. People talk about the amazing food or their favorite bartender, but no one writes a 5-star Yelp review because of how fast the busboy wipes down the tables. I'm actually shocked that Aaron didn't end up getting the job. I would have proudly showed up late to the interview and bragged to everyone about being a hero that just saved someone's life. I wouldn't even bother bringing my resume with me. My most recent job? I'm a good Samaritan. I rescued a senior citizen from a burning car and kept him alive until help showed up. Past job experience? Saving lives. Why should you hire me? Because I'm the Black Mother Teresa. I just want to know what his baby mama had to say about this, because the last thing a black woman wants to hear from her man is that he never showed up for a job interview. Baby, I was on my way to the job interview. You'll never guess what happened. I jumped off the bus to save an old man's life, and by the time I got finished, I'd missed the job interview. But I promise I'm gonna find a good job real soon. Right. Luckily for Aaron, another Good Samaritan stepped forward and set up a GoFundMe account on his behalf, and to date, over $65,000 has been raised.
So what you're telling me is he still don't have a job?
Well, Dinosaur Barbecue heard the story and has offered to reschedule Aaron's interview. But something tells me he won't be in the restaurant industry for long. Not only has he received multiple job offers from several members of the community, Aaron is taking EMT classes and is working with a CPA who offered to help Aaron put this windfall to use. Looks like Aaron will be able to make a better life for himself and his son after all.
And that's it today, guys. We had 2 longer stories, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it short, but please, go down in the description below. See how you can help the people of Houston and the survivors of Hurricane Harvey. We wanna make sure that we can get them as much support as we can. We'll see you guys here next week. Thank you so much for watching this episode of PBPN. Please be sure to go down in the description, check out how you can help out with Hurricane Harvey as well as Hurricane Irma. That's also hit Florida now at this point, obviously. There's talks of Jose still coming in, but please be sure, go down, figure out how you can help. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you guys next time.